Good morning. Welcome to Artistic Artifacts. We're here to do a shop tour today. It's been a while and there's been lots of changes, and we've made a lot of refresh, and we've also getting ready for the Mid-Atlantic Shop Hop, which starts next Tuesday. So we expect lots of new folks as well as our regulars. So give you a good tour today. There's a lot to see, so it will probably take about 20 minutes to get through the shop, but I really want to show you things that we've got new, things we're excited about. Before I get started, there's just a couple things I'd like to say. It has been a very busy time since our last shop tour, which was in November of last year. So since then, Artistic Artifacts got the Creative Hub Award as part of the local quilt shop contest, and we also got the regional prize winner for the second year in a row for Virginia. And most recently, the shop was recognized yesterday at Bernina University for the growth in our Bernina sales. So it's thanks to our customers. These are all based on customer comments, and the Bernina Award is based on you buying your Bernina from your local quilt shop, Artistic Artifacts. So I'll give you a run through of what we're doing. As you can see from how I'm dressed, I match. We're all about color. We're about color and texture and inspiration at Artistic Artifacts. So we want to inspire you. We've got lots of Facebooks, YouTubes, Instagram. We've got Serger Club and Embroidery Club online, and we've got some great workshops and events on our website. So we try to inspire you. We try to teach you so you can create the things that give you joy. So we're starting here in the front with awesome new fabrics. This is Sue Penn Soda Pop. This one is Fruitopia. And then we also have findings from Valerie Wells. And we're going to do another Facebook Live in a couple weeks talking about new fabrics, our seasonal fabrics. So I really won't highlight all the fabrics today, except to say our boutiques are 30% off online and in the store until Sunday night at midnight. So there are lots of boutiques to choose, but we're about color. We're lots of inspiration. Our threads from Wonderfill go with so many of our the colors that we carry. And next week, July 5th and 6th, we're going to have Jennifer Moore in the shop, who's teaching 2 classes on using the Wonderfill product by Esther and Ann. She's the designer behind Esther and Ann, and she will be teaching one how to make a book cover project kit, and the other is a really nice big bucket. And we'll be using our machine decorative stitches and some Wonderfill threads. We've also got new arrivals from Wonderfill. Stitch Enhancer which actually has a fusible on one side, and it's a very lightweight, I'm not sure if it's a felt, but very lightweight, fuses on the back. And I actually put it on a piece that I'm hand stitching today, and it gives it some stabilization without a lot of weight. So I put it on a piece of hand-dyed linen, and it's really doing nice to do my hand stitching. And of course, we've got our wood blocks, our paints to go with it, our batik panels, sari silk, all about color. So when people come in, they usually are looking for a notion. So we come to the notion wall where we have our selection of favorite scissors, rotary cutters, other tools, marking tools. We carry the full line of tulip needles. If you haven't used tulip needles, you'll find that they have a really nice point and a large eye, so they're nice to use. We have them for beading and really just about any kind of hand stitching, and then a wide range of Schmetz machine needles. So you can find what you want. I know a lot of people are saying, where will I get some of my products that I used to get at Joann's? Well, we're trying to carry more of those in the shop. Not all of them will never replace Joann's. We don't want to replace Joann's. We want to be unique to Artistic Artifacts, but we will carry some of the supplies that people will go-to supplies. In this area, this is actually will change by Tuesday morning when the shop hop starts. So we'll have a display of our shop hop fabric. This is actually our shop hop block, which everyone who comes in with a passport, who gets their sticker, will also get a free pattern and a fat quarter bundle with a sticker in a seed packet. But we'll have a nice display here. Cindy's nodding her head. Cindy's filming today. We're on short supply. Kyle, who's usually behind the camera, is at Richmond Road to Virginia. So if you're headed that way, stop by 614. He's manning the booth and having a good time. We've gotten some really good comments about how he's doing, and nice to see him there. And then Judy is with the Bernina crew at Bernina University. So she's there with Martha and Carl, who do our long arm, Andy, who does our serger, and Barbara, who's learning a machine I'm going to show you in a little bit. Other notions we have are the creative grids, a good selection of those for your piecing your blocks. And then the other addition we've had is our new quilting rulers. So these are also from Creative Grid, but there's some really nice designs and how you can use them. We've added a whole bunch of cover stitch L machines, so our cover stitch overlocker feet, and then all our Bernina feet. Another new product is our size B jumbo bobbins that are pre-wound from Wonderfill. So they're in the kind of the basic colors that you would use in your bobbins, and it fits the new larger bobbins. And along with feet, we've got our OESD products. We are an OESD affiliate store. So if there are patterns or supplies that we don't have in stock, you can find the link on our Bernina page to the affiliate store, and it will take you to our affiliate store. All right. So anybody who comes in, this is where the staff usually is to welcome you. This is our front. We've got 2 computers. We use Shopify. It's the same sales system as online and in the shop. And we've always got some last minute items, some classes, what's coming up. If we've got any Bernina specials, we accept trade-ins. We've got the Shop Hop magazine in stock, and we'll have that in stock through the Shop Hop through August. And lots of little goodies that you can find at the register. Hopefully you won't be waiting long. And with a few of the changes that we made in the refresh, we were able to move our 2 frame quilt frames to back some, so it allows a little more space there. This is our Bernina hoop frame, and I believe that Barbara this is one of the things that she's taking classes on at Bernina University. Barbara will also be teaching how to do 2 of these Cave Leapy appliques. It's an OESD pattern, and she will be teaching the techniques to do 2 of the patterns on August 17th. You'll need the OESD software, which was limited initially to the Cave machines. So it was really only on the Cave 770, but OESD has now released it. Those machines are no longer being manufactured, so it's released for public use. And you can use it. You don't have to have the Cave machine to use it. You can use it on other models. I'll walk you around to the long arm. This is our wall of quilt samples, and our long arm team, Martha and Carl, do all the quilting for us. So that's what they're studying at Bernina University in their classes this week. We have these all in kits. We have a few kits on sale, but none of these are. These are the current kits, and we've got more in the works. And then here is our long arm. And this is a quilt sample. It is not a kit at the time. It's a quilt sample of the new Marcia Durst Sketchbook 2. And we'll see that when we get into the second room, because that actually came in this week. So it's typical Marcia Durst. It's just beautiful colors and shapes. And her nice look at this. And then the other long arm that we have is on the lift table. And then we've got Magic. We've got the 990. And actually, Leslie's has been doing some embroidery, and she'll be working on that when the shop's. Yeah, look at that hedgehog. Isn't that? And then we're working on setting up a 990 mastery, which will be via Zoom. So they'll be on for the machine, for the embroidery, and for quilting in the hoop. So it's going to be collaborative between Leslie, Barbara, and Catherine. So watch for that. That'll be coming out. They've been setting up the room. Leslie's been practicing on the machine to make sure she's can answer all your questions. But we will have virtual 990 classes, which we're seeing a lot of people have some concerns about how to use the 990 and whatever. So that's coming. New this week was We Love Cave, and the Aliso irons came in. So they have his fabric colors, and it's in the 2 sizes. So this is the size, it's a steam iron. It's a Pro. And for those who are familiar, it's similar to the Tula one that was out a couple of years ago. And then this is the nice little one that's portable and nice to take with you, but also nice to have like next to your machine with your wool mat. So good to use. Inspiration packs, paper foundation. I did this one, and I don't usually do foundation pieces, and I found it really easy, and it was just awesome that it turned out so nice. Everything was perfect. All the points were perfect. It was great. So we have a 790 Pro, and I believe we have that in stock. And Bernina just introduced a 770 Pro this week. So stay tuned for that. And they also introduced a Bernina 335 and 325 for garment sewers or for your travel machine. So I've seen some videos. Look at the Bernina Facebook page. They've got some videos of both of all the machines, the new editions, and we'll know more when Judy comes back from Bernina University. We have a wall of fabric and more walls and more walls and more walls. We moved our patterns back here so that we could put the quilting rulers up front. And then we a good selection of wide backs. I just love this one. I just love this one. Look at that. I mean, wouldn't that make a nice shower curtain? Duvet cover? A whole cloth quilt? Who knows what I might make? I'm actually making a quilt with this one right now. Let me show you the cute part of it. So I've kind of fussy cut the frogs in the trunks and the pond, and I'm making a Mia quilt that will be in the shop in another couple weeks. And then Cindy's pointing me to the batiks. Lots of colors, lots of inspiration, yellows, oranges, reds. We still have some Marcia Durst batiks. These are actually brand new. They came in this week, and they're included in the sale. So this is a signature batik. They're really cool. Some kitty cat fabric. And we just got in the Tim Holtz blue. I think it's down here. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And we have, we curated our own bundles of that, so you can buy it by a fat quarter, half yard, or by the yardage. And they mix and match nicely with the greens, the yellows, and the oranges. And you can always make a rice bag, because that's what I do. And this one is embellished with some Finnabar mechanicals and other things. This was a collaborative project that Sharon and I did a couple months ago. Leslie Tucker Jennison's Industrial. Sally Kelly. Anna Marie Horner. And I think this looks empty, but they're cutting fabric for an order this morning. And this is just up this week. All our seasonal fabric is in. So Christmas in July. It's never too early to start your holiday quilt making, gift making, bag making, whatever we've got. And I'll show you all this next week or 2 weeks from now. But look at this panel. This is from Sue Zipkin. And there's fun fabrics to go with it. So it's a beautiful collection, but I'll show that. So you have to tune in a couple weeks. So this wall had been all mixed media, stamps, stencils, and whatever. So we've created more fabric. These are all our pre-cut bundles. Some are manufactured bundles, and some of our curated bundles. So you can find some Halloween fabric, some Valentine fabric. This is the Morris. William Morris. And then some of our really large bundles, what we've done is we've cut them down into smaller, usable sizes. So if you didn't want to buy 27 pieces of Shibori Blue, we now have them in 7-piece bundles in a variety. And by moving things around, we were actually able to get our garments, some of our batik panels. These are, the garments are not online. We only sell those in the store, and that's because of sizing. I tried one of these on. I tried a large, which should have fit me, and I needed an extra large. The same, I could try a medium, and that would fit me. So that's the reason those aren't online. We do have panels online. And we've got some beautiful jackets that came from India as well. These are sari silk that have been embroidered over them. I mean, not sari silk, kanta quilts that have been embroidered over them. And then we have sari silk. Fabric packs. A nice selection of books. We have books for hand stitching. I think this one is going to be a class in the fall. Dudley has made 2 versions of this. It's absolutely gorgeous. I know this one is a new one. Garden Stitch Life, so inspired by her garden. But some fun patterns and inspiration. And then several Sue Spargo books for the hand stitcher. Some of our silk scarves, woven scarves. These are online, so you can find these beautiful scarves again that Judy's picked up in India and Indonesia on her creative retreats. So next year, she's actually going to go back to Indonesia in June. So look for that. You can express interest, and they'll have more information within the coming weeks of that trip to Indonesia. So then this section, we've kind of consolidated all of our hand stitching threads. Before we had some up in the front, we had some in the back. So it was kind of hard to compare and decide which one you wanted, what color you wanted. I want some of this, I want some of that. So the first thing we did was add our DMC. And it's a whole rounder of luscious colors. So lots of people who do, I know people who do cross stitch, or the book I just showed you of the fine, like the DMC because it's a 6-stranded floss. So you can separate the strands and use 1 strand, 2 strands, 3 strands as your pattern or as your desire works. Then we have my favorite, painter's thread. And painter's thread is a wide variety of fibers in colors. So the painter's thread is exactly what it says in 2 ways. One is they're named after painters. So this is Hopper, but it is hand painted. So you're going to get all of those variegations when you're stitching. And they're not even variegations like a machine variegated thread is, or even the eleganza, where they're, wider variegations. This is, if you're doing stitching, you're going to get all those colors as you stitch. So it's really a wonderful way to use color and texture. There's 5 weights of pearl cotton. There's silk. There's wool, the crewel wool. There's rickrack. There's snail trim. I don't think you're going to get a good picture of that, Cindy, because of the reflex. Oh, no, that's not too bad. Um, there's a braided cotton, but see all of that variation. You can also see my little tattoo. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention by Annie. We have patterns, hardware, zippers. And a wall of patterns. And then with consolidating the hand stitching threads, what we did when we moved mixed media products to the third room, which we'll get to, we moved all the hand stitching threads down in this area. So we've got the Suspargo wool. It's a merino wool. We've got the Alana. We've got the Eleganza, the wool packs. And then that allowed us to move all our machine threads closer to the machines. So those are up closer, soft lock, and then we have our kind of our utility threads and the threads that the embroiderers use. But this consolidated lots of the hand work. So if you're a hand stitcher, this is kind of the corner that you go to. And you can get thread packs. So we've got Eleganza comes in multiple colorways, variations of 12 rolls, or your individual spools, whichever you prefer. Lots of fun finds. It's, that's what Judy does. So she's got a lot of finds. You can see this bin a little bit better than before. And then a wall of beads. And we had a little turnaround rack before that was very hard to see what there was. So this is just a great way to display the beads, be inspired, find things that you want for a little bling on your projects. Ribbons. Embroidery kits. More embroidery kits. And then we actually have these new Sashiko sampler kits. So it has a Sashiko pattern, but it also has a thread, a thimble, a threader, and needles. So the kit comes with all of that. So we've got a whole number of those. And we have, in addition to the Sashiko threads in a number of colorways. Is it that late already? Okay. I need to speed up. I like to talk about what we have. I'm excited. So this is Sketchbook. This is the new Marcia Durst. And then we have blenders, and I know we have blenders that are on back order. And then we have Marcia Durst Essentials. Some great imported fabric. This is actually a Ecot cotton and a 15-inch, but it looks like silk, but it's just a fine cotton. Indian cottons, Cape wovens. Lots of canvas. Ooh. Look at that. This is the Sketchbook 21 canvas.
I want my money.
Yep, I was going to say I never leave here without buying something. A wall of Tilda. We have some garment patterns. We're not big into the garments at this point, but we keep getting questions. And then we have the Aster and Ann bags, and she'll be teaching a class next weekend. She's got 2 classes, and then a new item that we just got in, or 3 new items. In addition to the Aliso irons, we got a Aliso cover, ironing board cover, which is now on my machine, my iron. I didn't realize how bad mine was until I changed it. And this is a tea towel that actually could be a wall hanging in itself. And I saw the Aliso, a video from the Aliso Facebook page where they actually had this embellished with all kinds of hand stitching and machine stitching, and that's what I'm going to do with mine. So this is the big reveal. The best to last. Not that fabric isn't best, but we've put all our mixed media products into one space. So we consolidated. We had paints in 3 different places. So we consolidated our fresco finish, our Finnabar paints, our own line of paints, both the fluid textile and the paste paints, the stencil butter. So now you have a better idea of what we have, and you can mix and match. It's not one or the other. They mix and match well. Our wooden printing blocks, pens, stamps, dies, ink pads. These are all the Finnabar mechanicals, molds, antique wax, mica powder. Just gorgeous. And she's got posts all the time to inspire you. So you can see what she's doing, and we have the supplies that she talks about. More, some of this is the Finnabar stencils, some rice paper, some tissue paper. Sharon actually was using this tissue paper with matte tints on our How Do I Use That last Thursday, and just got some beautiful results with that. Stamps and stencils, found papers, some tools that you need are all kind of consolidated again in one place. Judy's found objects and found papers for our mixed media projects. Just, you never know what you're going to find. And then sale fabrics. And I know that we're new markdowns on some of the sale fabrics. We are really trying desperately to make space for all the new fabrics that are coming in. So our dilemma is your benefit. So check the sale fabrics. These are all first quality cottons. That these are either, last season's line, what's left over from a popular line. There's Kaif, there's some Tilda, there's some of our modern cottons. Can't believe these are on sale already. They're just gorgeous. I love them. A couple wide backs, some Tilda from a couple years ago.
Catherine Scheller says, "Ooh, love that canvas for Marcia Durst."
Yes. quick. We have some curated project kits for By Annie, and these are on sale. What we did was we put the fabric requirements, the zippers, the tapes, everything you needed, along with the soft and stable, to get the kits. And these are on sale, as are our Kaif books. So are there any questions? Let's just take a quick peek. So behind the curtain is our classroom and our workspace. So These are work in progress. They're new kits that we're putting together. They should be available in the next couple weeks, maybe by the time I do the July 12th Facebook Live kits. But this is also a classroom. But during the week, it's our workspace. And we have to hustle to clean it up. So I hope we've inspired you. Come shop. Join us for the shop hop, but join us anytime. We're here. We're in Alexandria, Virginia. We're a quarter mile off of 95 495 at the Eisenhower connector exit. And we're online and we're on social media all the time because I'm on social media all the time. So thanks for joining us. I hope we inspired you this morning.